Welcome to the Mayor and Council meeting in Oakland. Today is Wednesday, September 1st. Can you hear me in the back with the mask? Otherwise, I'll pull it out a little bit.
Microphone.
Move the microphone over.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, we're not used to having people here, so I have to go back to my old ways of asking you to look at your cell phone and please mute it so it doesn't disturb all that's going on. Also, I ask that you refrain from texting, especially texting up here, because by texting it could be construed as a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act, and we would not want that. It's also discourteous and very disruptive. So at this time, I ask our clerk for roll call.
Mayor Schwager?
Here.
Councilman Bialy?
Here.
Councilman Kamala?
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Here.
Councilman Slasinski absent. Councilman Salamini?
Here.
Councilman Van Ack?
Here.
A motion to excuse Councilman Sislinski.
Second.
Can't say it. All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, I ask you to stand to salute to the flag and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, special prayers for the 13 servicemen lost in Afghanistan.
Thank you. Please be seated. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at 10 p.m. unless a majority of the council members present vote to extend the time. And as I do at every meeting, I give a report right in the beginning. And hot off the press, Rabanko, the Oakland Mayor's Wellness Campaign, there is going to be a blood drive on Tuesday, September 21st, right here at the Senior Center, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Appointments are preferred, but if you do not make an appointment, we would still love you to come and donate your blood. Well, it's not a problem for me. You have to weigh at least 110 pounds. And eat a meal before donation, bring ID, and drink plenty of water before and after donation. And that would be, it'll be on the website. It looks like this. It will be on the Borough website about blood donations. In line with what Councilman Pignatelli had just mentioned, Oakland will be holding a special 9/11 ceremony on Saturday, September 11th at 8:30 a.m. in commemoration of the 20th year since that awful day when so many lives were lost when the towers were hit. The ceremony will be held in Veterans Park near our monument, and which is encasing a piece of the tower. And if you've never seen it, it really is very moving to go to Veterans Park and see a piece of the tower. So that is on September 11th at 8:30. Yellow Dot program. Many of us and I try to attend we have many Eagle Scouts in Oakland, and I try to attend all the Eagle Scout ceremonies, or as many as I can. And a few months back at the Eagle Scout ceremony, and I think quite a few of the councilmen were there, at the Elks, there was a very exciting project that from an Eagle Scout, Vishal Nayagam, and he created this project which is called Yellow Dot. And I don't know if you all remember that program. He created a yellow sticker, and the sticker goes on the bumper of your vehicle. And if you're in an accident or something happens and you need help in your vehicle, and a first responder or an emergency responder or anybody who's there to help sees the yellow sticker on your bumper, they know that in your glove compartment there is medical information about you, whether or not what medications you're on, all kinds of things about you. And I was just so impressed with this project. I contacted Michelle afterwards, and I said, I would really be interested. You're doing this in Ramsey, Oakland, Franklin Lakes Rotary Club, and they will be sponsoring the Yellow Dot program in Oakland and Franklin Lakes, and it's very exciting. And I think it's going to be great. If you know of anybody, after it's presented, Michelle will be going around making presentations, and after it's presented, if you know anybody who has any kinds of medical condition, it's free. You get the Yellow Dot, you put it on your bumper, and all your medical information is in the glove compartment so that emergency helpers can help you. Clothing bins. I know it's on the agenda for later, but I was sitting at Borough Hall with our borough administrator. I was looking out his window, and I was admiring the community garden. I thought it was so nice, and he said, but look further past the community garden where the clothing bins are. And if you've ever gone there and seen the clothing bins, you see bags and bags of clothes and garbage sitting on the floor in front of the bins. And we were talking about that. At some point, we're going to just have to unfortunately, go through those bags and find out who they are and give them summonses. So if you want to donate clothing for charity, for people that need clothing, it is wonderful. But please, if the bin is full, take your bag home and come back when the bin is empty. Or just take a look. Everybody should just go by those bins and see it looks awful. It's garbage. People are not just throwing clothing there, they're throwing their garbage. So please be considerate. The need for virus testing has increased, and so we have increased the days for testing. You can now you come right here at the senior center, you drive your vehicle right up, they come to you, they test you, and shortly thereafter you get the results. You don't leave your car at all. Testing is now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For more information, go to the Borough website, complete information about testing. Summer is over, schools are starting. Please be careful driving. There'll be children walking, adults walking, and pay attention to the crossing guards. They're there for the safety of everyone. Thank you. We have a crossing guard in the back. The library will once again be open on Sundays after Labor Day, which is good for all the students who need help with school, and time. And next week, right after Labor Day, is the Jewish holiday Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. And so I end by wishing everyone who observes the holiday a very happy, but most importantly, a very healthy New Year. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So you come up to the speaker, give your name and address.
Good evening, everybody. Peter Teacott is on. You got me? I don't think you can hear me on the mic. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and Borough staff. It's funny that as I stand here tonight, I think back to 10, 12 years ago. I see a lot of the same faces, a little grayer hair, mine included. After 16 years in Oakland, attending these meetings, it's funny to see us all getting old. And Mayor, summer's not over. Please, give us another month. Please. We're getting rid of all this rain. So
Labor Day. You think of Labor Day, summer being over.
I know. I'm wearing white next Thursday.
Okay.
So, just wanted, I guess I go down memory lane a little bit before I get started. When I first started working or when I moved to town, I always felt like it was important to be a part of the community I lived in. I joined the Communications Commission many, many years ago and wrote the newsletter for a number of years. Been on the Great Oak Park Committee for a number of years. Ran basketball programs with boys and girls rec basketball for 2 years. Coached Connor in basketball and soccer. He's now 13. All he's ever seen is Oakland. Ran the Community Conferences chair for 6 years. We've got great programs, or great events rather, like the Toys for Tots. I saw the banner go up for the American Pride Car Show. Another thing we started, and then Fever Pitch in the spring with recreation. All these partnerships and all of these relationships that we had with Borough or Borough entities, other commissions, was on the Environmental Commission. I've now been the Shade Tree Commissioner for 2 years, and I'm the past president of the Franklin Lakes Rotary Club, as you're well aware, Madam Mayor. So I preface what I'm going to say today because my wife and I, when we got married, we felt like we were kindred spirits to each other. We shared the same goal. We were both immigrants. Me from Canada, her from communist Albania. We came here for a better life, to have a family, to buy a house, to be a part of the community, and to be active members in our community. She's been on the public events committee. She did a lot of things for public events for a number of years. But why I'm here tonight and why I expressed what I expressed is because what I've learned recently about Governor Murphy's executive orders 251 and 253 are appalling to me. I've seen it in the school board. I've gone to meetings and I've seen what they're doing at the Board of Ed. I know that 60+% of every dollar that we spend goes to the Board of Ed. I know that that remaining third of a dollar is what the council and the borough runs our streets, our plowing, our garbage, our rec, and everything else that we do in town is run on this tiny little third of a dollar. But 2/3 of that dollar goes to the Board of Ed. And the things that they're doing at the Board of Ed right now, I think, if you're not paying attention, please watch it on the YouTube channel or attend in person because it's appalling. It's appalling to me, it's appalling to my family, it's appalling to many of my friends. And it's really disturbing. And what is happening is, at the national level, the government level, the state level, is equally appalling. Again, my wife, born in communist Albania, lived through what she lived through to get to America to have the family that we have now. If you know anything about communism, you know that communism doesn't end well. I feel like we're on that track now. Right now, this government is gaslighting us. The goalposts have constantly been moving for 18 months with no end in sight. You're probably wondering, why is he coming up here and talking? What is this guy's problem? Well, this guy's problem is mask mandates and goalposts that are constantly being moved. I do believe that we all want to do what's best for our children and our families, but it's my duty to do what's best for my child. As it is for you to do what is best for your children and your family. Because you've been elected to a position and you've been given power in the borough, you can make changes in policy. The U.S., as we know it, might already be lost and we might already be past the tipping point, but I, for one, will not go down without a fight. Not just for myself, not for just my family, my child, but for all our futures. I've been an active community member ever since I've been involved and ever since I moved to Oakland. So it turns out you don't need a PhD, thank God, because I don't have one, to read a peer-reviewed study. The introduction, conclusion, and conflict intersections are all written in plain English. We haven't stopped reading and doing research since this all started. My family, my wife particularly, is a research guru, and if you need anything, and she already handed out to everyone tonight, if you need a reference for any point that I am making tonight, feel free to fact check it for yourself. I guarantee you there's a website, whether CDC, WHO, state website, it's there. These are facts. Look them up. And I encourage everyone to do that because a lot of what's happening now is, don't call them anti-vaxxers or don't call it misconception. It's people's inability or ignorance to research on their own. Do your own research. The introduction, conclusion, and conflict intersections are all written in plain English. We haven't stopped reading and doing research as a family since this whole pandemic started. And that is mainly because I don't trust MSM, and they've been caught lying and fabricating stories over and over again. I'd like to share some of the findings with you today. I believe you will find them fascinating. Your jaws might also just drop in the lack of coverage. These scientific facts, again, and please again, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Number one, masks do not protect you from this virus. Wearing a mask does major damage to your health. Natural immunity is best. Shots are failing. The virus has never been isolated. PCR tests, as have been proven, are faulty and are being removed as a result. Millions and millions and millions of PCR tests are garbage. Most people are making the decisions they're making today out of fear. Fear of dying. Fear of someone they love dying. My family is making those decisions out of knowledge, having researched this for ourselves, not from what we watch on TV. I am not asking you to make decisions on taking or not taking the shot, on covering or not covering your mouth. I'm not asking you to even agree with me, and I know many of you will not, and that's perfectly fine. As of right now, you still have the chance to do what's best for you and your family, and if you believe that neither of us has the right to do is impose our wills and beliefs on other people. If you believe that those measures work, then why are you trying to force them on me? If you believe they don't work, then why are you trying to force them on me? This is why my wife and I came to America, for that freedom that so many do not understand and take for granted. I hope you'll listen to my concerns and that of other Oakland citizens that feel the same way as our family does. I would hope that you'll choose to represent all of us and not just those that agree with you. Again, I'm talking about the opposition to Governor Murphy's executive orders 251 and 253. No policies, executive orders, or recommendations supersede the law that our God-given and constitutional protected rights give us, each, as American citizens.
Excuse me, Peter, we have the rule of the 3 minutes. I'm letting you speak longer. Is it almost over?
I have 33 seconds.
Oh, okay. That's why I was going to ask you. I was going to ask your wife to come up and finish.
Thank you, Mike.
I was going to ask her.
You always have my back, and that's what a good family does. Again, thank you, Mayor. No policies, executive orders, or recommendations supersede the law of our God-given and constitutional protected rights. I'd like to repeat that because I think it's important. None of these things are law. A recommendation by the CDC to cook your eggs hard yolked, and the FDA's recommendation to cook shrimp at a certain temperature. It's a recommendation. I don't see anybody policing my barbecue. I don't see anybody telling me that my meat is underdone. I don't see anybody telling me that, hold on, you're not wearing sunscreen. It's recommended that you wear sunscreen. That's a $50 fine. This is sunscreen. Get off the beach. No one's telling me that. No one's enforcing that because it's a recommendation. Recommendations are not laws. So what I'm asking you to do is stand for choice and freedom by opposing, as a group, Governor Murphy's executive orders 251 and 253. What myself as a first generation, most of your parents and grandparents came here for was freedom. Please protect our freedom to choose what gets injected into our bodies and what we are forced to wear.
Thank you. Anyone else? You don't have to raise your hand. You can come to the microphone.
Is it open to?
Yes.
Is it open to the public? No, go ahead. 80. I'm going to finish soon.
Excuse me, you have to, the rules
Say your name
are
and address.
just a procedure, very quietly, just give your name and your address, and you can say whatever you want, okay?
Yeah, my name is Katie, and,
Katie, last name, and address,
73 Mansell.
okay. Now,
I don't like wearing the mask because I can't breathe. It's hard for me to talk when I wear one. When my allergies are bothering me, I have to breathe through my mask, and it's even harder to breathe. Sometimes my head hurts. It makes me really hot. Sometimes I don't understand what my friends or teacher is saying to me. They are uncomfortable and they hurt my ears. I get red marks on my face. Sometimes my teachers yell at me for touching it. Thank you.
now you just come up.
Hi, Dave Richardson, 320 Grenfell Valley Road, Oakland. You know I'm probably down here, why?
No, the wrong,
Every light's on the rec field. We're paying for electricity being wasted with all this rain, got 4 inches of rain down there. The tennis courts are just deep, nobody's playing.
we haven't heard from you in a while.
Nobody's walking around down here, nothing.
Grant, will you follow up, our rec commission will follow up.
There's
Our
so much
rec liaison.
electrical power being wasted down here every night. You know, it's every night. In the rain, in the snow. Last year we had that 2-foot snow. They were on every night down there. Why? Nobody's down there.
I didn't,
something's gotta be
you know
done.
what, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice the lights.
They're all on that. It's crazy.
Our councilman will follow through.
Something's they gotta start controlling this. I mean,
Well, like
tax
I
rate
said, we
going
now
up.
have Councilman,
Electrical
we now
bills
have
keep going up.
Councilman Ben X, who is our rec commissioner, He will follow up with you. He's given you his card.
You know how long I've been fighting this?
I can't count how many years.
Nothing goes on.
Talk to you soon.
Anybody else?
All right. Everybody okay with the, nobody get the virus or anything? Everybody's okay?
I'm okay.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for asking.
I'm going to read off my phone, so I was just finding I was reading this, but...
But first you have to give your name, full name, and address. You could be whatever you like.
Okay. So my name's Melissa Keel. I live at 38 Manitou. So you're only a kid once. You cannot go back and relive being a child. There are many things you can redo, but the experience of childhood comes only once in a lifetime. I want the world for my children, and I want them to soak in all the experiences that make being a child fun, which include huddling together in science and STEM classes, conducting experiments, field trips, etc. I also want my kids to be fearless, strong leaders. These masks that are being required are teaching my children to fear others, fear getting close to people, suppressing their voices, their emotions, and their energy as a child. The mask has stolen the childhood experiences from my children that I've just mentioned. I love my children to no end, and I want them to be safe, healthy, happy, and educated. And I'm here because I have serious concerns on their ability to be safe, healthy, happy, and educated. The masks are the reason for my concerns. I'm going to start off my explanation for my concerns by reminding everyone here, because I work in healthcare, that a person's health is compromised of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. The masks are not only harming our children physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. There have been many studies that point out real concerns that I have. One study conducted found multiple dangerous bacteria, parasites, and fungi from lab samples of the masks collected from the faces of children wearing them all day in class. Did you know the mouth is the dirtiest place on the body? Dirtier than your privates? Our children are breathing in these dangerous pathogens forming on the mask from the warm, moist environments being worn for 7 hours on their face. There have been other studies demonstrating elevated carbon dioxide levels trapped in masks. Did you know that high carbon dioxide levels can cause rapid breathing confusion, headaches, sleepiness, anxiety, and heart arrhythmias? What are we doing to our children? How are they supposed to be learning? These masks are instilling fear in them, and they're teaching them to be silent, to conform, be withdrawn, and depressed. Did you know that suicide and depression skyrocketed last year amongst our youth? Where did our children's smiles go? What happened to the importance of body language and facial expression? When making a decision like this, I would think it's important to ask 4 questions. Number 1, are they safe? I've made the argument that they are not, and they have many health consequences to follow. Are they effective? The most recent study that I found from the University of Waterloo showed that the most common masks that their children wear filter out about 10% of exhaled aerosol droplets, and the remaining droplets are redirected mostly out of the top of the mask and the sides and escape into the air. What is 10% really doing for us? Are these masks necessary? Well, children have a 99.998% survival rate without treatment, and more children have died every year from the flu in 4 months than in the 18 months since we started counting these COVID deaths. Yet we've never masked our children before, so my response is no, they're not necessary. We know that children are the least affected by COVID, yet now they are carrying the heaviest burden. And are there any long-term studies on the effects of masking children in the school 7-hour days? None that I have found, but the writing is certainly on the wall. Our concerns are real, and we are here because we want the decision as parents to decide for our children what's best for them, their learning, and their happiness. We do not believe that the masks are in the best interest of our children, and we do not want them wearing them. We collected a petition with nearly 150 signatures of residents and parents in Oakland who do want this choice as well. We've only collected these over the course of 5 days. We probably could have done a lot more. We're here to tell you that we don't want our children being forced to wear them over their nose and mouth. We believe them to be illegal, immoral, unnecessary, ineffective, unethical, void of all common sense, and essentially child abuse.
Does anybody else wish to speak? If not, motion, well, you gave up your time.
I'll give you my time.
You know what, we heard it all. I have a question to everybody. Why are you here and not at a school board meeting?
We were.
We were at school board meetings.
And that was ignored too.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Can I just say one thing about school board meeting? I'm sorry. The last two ones in K through 8 have been on the phone during the middle of their work hours at 3 o'clock. And the last one, as far as I know, went on for about 20 minutes. And I called maybe 10 minutes in and it was almost over. So we haven't been able to actually get in front of our K through 8 school board meetings because they've been on the phone.
They have not had any meetings, not even Zoom?
No, they've been on the phone calls.
Very business hours.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesdays.
You don't want to speak? Oh, you're technical. Motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, August 11th, 2021.
So moved. Second?
Any discussion? If none, roll call.
Councilman Diallo.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala. Councilman Piatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Abstain.
Councilman Bennett.
Yes.
Executive session on August 11th, 2021. And if there's going to be any discussion, it must be made during executive session.
So moved. Second?
Will there be any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Diallo.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Piatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Abstain.
Councilman Bennett.
Yes.
We have a raffle license, RL 1409 for the Reed Foundation for autism to hold an off-premise raffle on January 6th. Motion?
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The next one is for the Oakland Elks Lodge, 2167, October 2nd, 2021. Their Oktoberfest, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So moved. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There is someone who wishes to be on the Communications Commission. Thank you. Michael,
Gian Batista.
say that again?
Gian Batista.
Not Gam?
Gian Batista.
Gambatista. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Michael. But that's great. And it will be for the unexpired term ending in 2022. And this is a council vote. So is there
So moved. Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolutions. If there are no opposed or pulled out, it'll be as a consent agenda. 21267, Affordable Housing Spending Plan. We had a settlement agreement executed on August 11, 2020. Fairness Housing hearing was held before the Honorable Christine Farrington on December 1st, 2020. Approval of the settlement agreement was memorialized by an order entered into court on December 16, 2020, and a settlement agreement and court required the adoption of a spending plan, which everybody has a copy of. 21270, authorize escrow fees, 199 Manitou Avenue. Keith Rogers, 199 Manitou Avenue in Oakland. The amount of $850 will be sent to Keith Rogers. Sorry, everything is sticking together. 21271, authorize refund of escrow fees for 32 Massasoit Trail, Janine O'Neill, in the amount of $850. Resolution 21272, authorize refunds of recreation fees. The Gribben family, $90 rec summer camp. The Silva family, $60 rec summer camp. The Mahani family, $120 summer camp, $180. Nisabachia family, $120 rec summer camp. The Barry family, $60 rec summer camp. Tramatozzi family, $60 rec summer camp. Tendrowski family, $60 rec summer camp. O'Keefe family, $60 rec summer camp. Hill family, $243 for tackle football mighty level. Becker family, $243 tackle football might level. Mehi family, $243 tackle football Mite Level. Coolary family, $243 tackle football mite level. Feely family, $243 tackle football mite level. Tolopsky family, $243 tackle football mite level. Marino family, $243 tackle football mite level. Bayani family, $150 TGA cheer camp. And the Potter family, $290 for fall chair. 21273 is later on. 21274 is appoint a substitute crossing guard, Brenda DeBouter and Tara Foley. Brenda will be at $20.53 per hour effective September 2nd, and Tara $18.44 per hour effective September 2nd. 21275, Chapter 159, the Brotherton Foundation Grand Tennis Court Resurfacing. We've been awarded a grant from the Brotherton Foundation for $30,000 for the refurbishment of the tennis courts, and therefore we must amend our 2021 budget to include this amount as a revenue. 21276, Chapter 159, Tennis Court Refurbishment, Bergen County Park Improvement Program. We were awarded a grant from the county, Bergen Preservation Trust Fund, in the amount of $33,500 for the refurbishment of the tennis courts, and therefore we are going to amend the 2021 budget to include this amount as revenue. 21277, award contract High Mountain Road water main replacement. As you know, we had a problem in the Heights area with a water main breaking down. The DPW, thank you DPW, they were able to stop the leak and temporarily backfeed the water. However, we do need the entire cast iron water main, and it's separate and it's a dependent condition, and therefore we're asking D.S. Meyer Enterprises submitted the lowest bid for a price of $262,000, and our CFO has certified that funds are available in the account. $262,000. That's what it says.
For the water main. Oh, I'm sorry.
D.S. Meyer Enterprises. I highlighted it. It's all highlighted.
I had the sidewalk.
Oh, I highlight.
D.S. Meyer.
No, no, ahead of time I highlight everything. Now we're up to 21278. Speaking of mask, I'm holding my mask and reading at the same time. Okay, resolution 21278, authorized shared service agreement to repave. If anybody's listening, it's Glen Gray Road. We had to do an agreement with the township of Mawa because, as everybody knows, Glen Gray Road goes right between Oakland and Mawa. Both municipalities will be working together to achieve the repaving of the street, and Mawa will serve as the lead agency for bidding and contracting purposes. And the shared agreement is attached, which everybody has a copy of. 21279 is authorized shared service agreement to repave Forest Avenue, which is another street that's located between Oakland and another municipality. This one is with the Borough of Franklin Lakes. And everyone has a copy of the shared service agreement. And 21281, authorized contract watch guard video for body-worn cameras, Oakland Police Department. And the borough has applied and has been awarded grant funding for body-worn cameras by the Oakland Police, and the amount of $56,359 from Watch Guard Video submitted the proposal. And as you are all aware, very shortly, all police in all of the state will be wearing body-worn cameras. And 21282 is what a bid. This is what you were looking at. Ramapo Valley Road Pedestrian Safety Improvements Project, D.S. Myers, in Waldwick, New Jersey, the lowest responsive bid in the amount of that's a little bit more, $613,871. Now, is there a motion, or does anyone wish any pulled out?
Could we just pull out 281, please?
281, the body-worn cameras by the police. Okay, any others? If not, motion,
So moved. Second.
roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
And just so you understand, all these resolutions have been discussed at prior meetings and have been put into a resolution form for this meeting. Yes, Councilman.
Yeah, I was just wondering, are we gonna have to have a policy for the cameras, like when they can be turned on, when they can be turned off, how, you know, are we gonna have to adopt something like that?
The council won't need to adopt anything. The police department is adopting a policy that will be compliant with the guidelines for their use.
Excuse me, I didn't think they could be turned off.
Well, the policy would have to be consistent with the Attorney General guidelines, so that we need a policy, but it's pretty much dictated by the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. Thank you.
All right, so now we have resolution 21-281. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Ordinances. We have a few introductions. 21, Code 852, breweries. There are motions to introduce.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Now, when is the final hearing?
September 22nd.
So if anybody's listening, I'm sorry, what? So do these have to be referred?
Both, I'm sorry, 3 of these are all amendments for zoning, so they would need to go to planning board for review and recommendation.
Okay. Well,
For the October meeting.
okay.
So then,
October, what's the first meeting in October? 13th. October 13th. So if anybody in the public hears this, these are introductions to ordinances and about breweries in Oakland. And thank you. Councilman Van Ack has worked very hard on the research about bringing breweries into Oakland. It's been before the planning board. They have discussed it already. Have to discuss it again?
Yes, because this is the formal adoption.
Okay.
I think Councilman Van Ack visited every brew pub he could.
I think so. Yes, he gave us, yes. He did give us some personal information.
I knew I'd like you.
So, I highly recommend everyone to pull out the introductions to these ordinances and read them so that in October 13th, when it's for final adoption, you understand what's happening. The next one is 21 Code 853, which are brew pubs. There's so many different things. This is a brew pub.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Again, the final final hearing will be October 13th, 2021. 21 Code F854 are distilleries. There are motion to introduce.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
21 bonds. Again, the final hearing will be on October 13th, 2021. And it will be heard at the planning board in September. 21 bonds, 855 road program and storm sewer improvements. Motion.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
And the
This one will be September 22nd.
this will be heard on final will be September 22nd. Now we have resolution 21-273. It's the introduction to the ordinance 21 bond 855, which is the bond ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements in, by, and for the Borough of Oakland in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $1,620,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bond. If you understand that, you could go ahead and read the ordinance. Yes, so that is the resolution. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinistelli.
Yes.
Councilman
You
Talamini.
did the word.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
You didn't
Yes.
do the word? Okay. 21 Capital 856, Capital for Fire Apparatus. There a motion?
So
Introduce.
moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinistelli.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Final hearing.
September 22nd.
Now we have final adoption for two ordinances. 21 Code 849 Storm Water Control Ordinance.
So moved.
No, is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak on this ordinance? If not, motion to close.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinistelli.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
21 Code 851, amend the fee ordinance tax lien redemption calculation. Motion
So
open to the
moved.
public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone in the public wish to speak on this? If not, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
21 Code 851, final adoption, amend fee ordinance tax lien redemption calculation, duplicate tax sale certificates.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bialy.
Yes.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinistelli.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Now we have some work session items. If anybody's here for the shade tree ordinance,
I would,
it's been a
yeah, would I just ask if it would be carried to the next agenda? Our next meeting's on September 13th, and we're going to discuss it, and it'll be back up, so we'll just carry it to the next agenda, please.
Oh, you said
That's
no.
you.
No, he's talking about the shade tree.
Shade tree, yeah. You just
Okay.
carry it. Our meeting's September
Right.
13th.
The shade tree is September 13th.
Our meeting is September 13th, so I'd like to carry it to our
September
next agenda.
22nd?
What?
Our
September,
council meeting is September 22nd.
correct. So if we could carry it to that meeting,
Our
because
attorney got a little confused.
the way the month fell out, normally we're the first Monday, and it would happen, but the way the meeting schedule got shifted around, it just didn't play correctly for
Okay.
tonight.
So be here for the shade tree ordinance. It will be discussed at the Shade Tree Commission on September 13th. Then it will be discussed here at the council meeting on September 22nd. Downtown streetscape plan. Mr. Kern.
Thank you, Mayor. Planning Board, there was a memo from them in your packet. They requested that the council adopt a streetscape management plan that would establish uniform design standards for various elements to be found in the right way of the downtown. Things like the look of sidewalks, lamp posts, shade trees, garbage receptacles, benches, and things like that, with the idea that such consistency would improve the aesthetics of the retail corridor over time, which, as you know, has been a goal of ours to try and improve the downtown. So I'm not sure exactly where this conversation is going to go tonight. We were originally, I think, expecting to see some specifics for you to consider that we don't have. So I think perhaps just a general discussion over the desirability of that, and if you want to pursue that, I'll work with the borough planner to get you specific civil plan that you can consider and approve hopefully later this month.
Very good. Rich, when the Walgreens Plaza was built, wasn't our planner involved in that?